This is the Traeger Grill's Woodridge Pro electric wood pellet grill and smoker. My first reaction taking it out of the box was that it looks clean and serious. Matte black powder coat, wide stance, and a layout that feels like a proper outdoor cooking tool. It's big. The 970 square inches of cooking space is obvious the moment you open the lid. The main grate is where the heat lives, and the upper rack is where I park veggies, wings, or a delicate cut that doesn't need the blast of the lower zone. The folding side shelf is stiff enough to hold a full brisket tray without flexing, and the P.A.L. rail along the front is more useful than I expected. I snapped on hooks and a bin, and it actually changed the way I work around the grill. Setup was straightforward. I spent about an hour and a half getting it together at a relaxed pace. The barrel and hopper come pre-assembled, which cuts out the trickiest steps. The only awkward moment was flipping the body for the legs. This grill weighs in around 174 pounds, so plan on using proper leverage. Connecting to WiFIRE took me a couple of tries until I remembered it needs a solid 2.4 GHz signal. I added a small extender near the patio and the app connection's been solid since. Key features that stood out right away are the 24-pound pellet hopper with the digital sensor, the easy clean Grease and Ash Keg, the super smoke button for low and slow sessions, and the PID controller that lets me set precise temps from about 180 to 500 degrees F. From my experience, the pellet sensor is a quiet lifesaver. I cook a lot of long pork shoulder and brisket runs, and getting a phone alert before the hopper runs low has saved me from pellet panic more than once. The hopper trapdoor is great when I want to swap from hickory to apple without wasting what's left in the auger. My burn-in took about 15 to 20 minutes to reach 350 degrees F, which felt quick for a barrel this size. After that seasoning run, I put on a pork butt at 225 degrees F, hit super smoke, and let the app watch the graph. It held within a small window the entire time, even when the wind tossed around. In my opinion, this is where pellet cooking earns its keep, the stupid simple stability. The smoke profile is clean and gentle. You'll get a nice mahogany bark and a real smoke ring, but it's not the heavy, rolling campfire hit you get from a stick burner. I like it for most cooks. If I want more punch, I'll use a stronger pellet blend or add a smoke tube. Either way, the food tastes like wood fire, not lighter fluid or propane. I put it through weeknight stuff too. Chicken thighs at 375 degrees F turned out crisp skin and juicy meat. Ribs at 250 degrees F with super smoke took on color and tenderized without babysitting. Frozen pizza at 450 degrees F got that wood-kissed bottom and bubbling cheese that my oven never quite nails. Keep warm mode has been helpful when the timing of guests runs late. It holds food safely without drying it into jerky. Now the part a lot of people ask me about, searing. At 500 degrees F, air temp isn't the issue, it's the heat density at the grate. On this grill, the grates don't store the kind of aggressive, conductive heat you need for an instant steakhouse crust. When I tried to do ribeyes straight on the grate at max temp, the result leaned more roast than char. I adjusted. I preheat a cast iron skillet inside for 20 minutes and then I sear. That works really well. If you're a sear fanatic, this is the move, or pair the Traeger with a small charcoal or gas sear station. It's perfect for reverse sear. Smoke at 225 degrees F to your target internal temp, rest, then finish in cast iron. The drivetrain feels modern. You can hear the variable speed fan and the auger ramp when you open the lid. Traeger calls it faster recovery, and it does bounce back quicker than old fixed speed units I've used. I also like the redesigned fire pot. Airflow seems to push ash down the internal channels into the keg instead of letting it choke the fire. I still find a fine dust layer inside after a handful of cooks, so I vacuum every 3 to 5 runs. The keg system just keeps me from dragging out the shop vac after every chicken. Cold weather matters for me, and I ran it below freezing. It will burn more pellets, and you'll spot a little smoke wisping from the lid edges since there's no gasket. I added an insulated blanket and saw faster warm-ups and less pellet consumption. That's not mandatory, but it's worth it if you cook through winter. Speaking of pellets, keep them dry. I store them indoors and only load what I expect to burn that week. Damp pellets are the main cause of headaches on any pellet rig. On the tech side, the app is clean and friendly. I can bump temps from inside, set timers, toggle super smoke, and use cloud recipes that automatically step temps during a cook. I had one minor hiccup where the temp reading felt off. A hard power cycle fixed it in seconds. Because this grill leans on its controller, I treat it like an appliance, clean the probe area, give it good power, and let the shutdown cycle finish every time. That last part matters. I always use the shutdown so the fan clears out pellets in the fire pot and cools things down safely. Build-wise, the Woodridge Pro is solid but not insulated like the Ironwood or Timberline. The shell has a lighter feel, which keeps the price sensible for the size and feature set. The design still looks sharp, especially with the integrated keg instead of a bucket hanging off the side. The porcelain grates are smooth and easy to clean, and the side shelf is legitimately useful during plating. Who should buy this? It's perfect for anyone who wants wood-fired flavor with the convenience of an oven. If you've been nervous about tackling brisket or pork shoulder, this grill removes the stress and lets you actually enjoy your day while it cruises at temp. I'd recommend this for families that need space, for beginners who want repeatable results, and for experienced cooks who appreciate remote control and long, hands-off sessions. If your number one goal is hard sear marks on steaks without any accessory, you'll want to plan for cast iron or a dedicated sear solution. From my experience, pellet consumption over long cooks is reasonable. The 24-pound hopper really is the sweet spot, and the pellet sensor has prevented more than one late-night run to the patio. Cleaning is simpler than older rigs I've used, but not zero. You'll still need to vacuum occasionally and line the drip tray if you want quick turnarounds. The Wi-Fi has been reliable after I gave it a strong signal, and the grill has stayed consistent through long cooks and windy afternoons. In my opinion, the Woodridge Pro hits that Goldilocks balance of price, capacity, and tech. You get WiFIRE, super smoke, a sturdy side shelf, the P.A.L. rail, and an ash and grease system that feels thought through. The trade-offs are real. Max temp tops at 500 degrees F, winter efficiency drops without a blanket, and you're relying on a controller to run your fire. None of that has stopped me from cooking more often or getting better results than I used to manage with a basic kettle on busy days. In conclusion, I trust this grill for big family cooks and weeknights alike. It's easy to live with, the flavor is legit, and the app control means I'm not chained to the patio. If you value consistency and convenience with real wood smoke, this is the one I'd buy again. If you need all-out searing without accessories, pair it with cast iron or keep a small gasser handy. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe, drop your questions or your own Traeger tips in the comments, and I'll get back to you. Thank you for watching.